Alright, and welcome back to more Shovel of the Night. And he's shoveling, and he's knighting. He's shoveling all night, one might say. Ah! I don't apologize.
Could make Ariana Grande joke, but I'd rather not, so.
Who's Ariana Grande?
That's legitimately the reason I don't want to make that joke, is because I don't want to have to figure out who a new whatever is.
Yeah.
Was she Gazelle in
Oh, that was Shakira.
Oh, Shakira. Yeah. Okay, never mind then.
No.
She's just another
pop
artist.
Yeah, pop artist.
By the way, James, I want to say I love how you knew what I was talking about before I finished my sentence. So
most of my friends are furries. If you say anything related to Zootopia, it's like, this crap again.
Uh-oh.
To be fair,
I only just saw Zootopia.
I did like the movie, but yeah, the furry community has
it pandered to it. I think the creator who worked on it tweeted saying come out in your fursuits to the premiere.
Oh yeah, there was definitely people in fursuits for the premiere, I'll tell you what.
It's gotta be weird if you're a kid or you're taking.
I was gonna say, think about if you're taking your kid to that and you see something, you have to explain that. It's like, these are people that have a very strong passion for happening to have what we would call avatars that they proclaim in the real world. Oh, I died.
I was wondering what you were doing. I'm like, why doesn't he just jump on the jellyfish?
There's a bit of a wind at the moment, and those jellyfish can be electrified, so I have... Yeah. But yeah, these people have something that they like to proclaim as avatars that reflects their inner self, but... And no offense to any furries, that's really silly. Your inner self is who you make yourself to be, not what you think you are. Now, that being said, I mean, honestly, I still love you guys anyways, don't get me wrong. So. And here's the point where I remember I had that dagger that can go up instead of sideways, so I'm just cheesing the level.
Yeah.
Oh, you gotta wait until they're done being electrocuted.
Yeah. And I have to wait for... I hate this enemy right here, by the way, because he will push you off the ledge real easily. So... Be careful of that enemy. By the way, if any of you are interested in Shovel Knight, I would recommend picking it up sooner rather than later. Mainly due to the fact that it is going to go up in price soon because of some...
Oh, I already have done.
Yeah. I also meant for anybody that might be watching. And I don't want to miss those bags of gold, so I'm just going to go back to the... where I first... And almost die and lose more gold, but I didn't, so...
I think we mentioned... I don't know, it was when we did the Tales episode a little bit ago. Group Fandango, and I forgot that I actually bought that during the sale, and I've still yet to play it.
I need to finish it. I bought it like 2 years ago. I have an awful backlog. I'm actually trying to get through the backlog though, and that's why I'm... Aside from getting to talk with some Catholics about video games, which is something that I don't really have in real life, the other reason I like this channel is due to the fact that I can get through my backlog. So, thanks!
Yeah. Kill two birds at one stone.
Exactly. It's like, I get to meet a bunch of great people that share my beliefs, and I get to finish my video games. What more could I want?
That was the best part about, just finding that Discord in general was, being able to talk about this stuff and faith at the same time, because it was, I don't know, you can't, it's somewhat taboo, I suppose, to mention religion in a gaming forum, because it usually either spirals into your religion is wrong or all religion is wrong, or I don't know, any manner of...
I mean, just the demographics of who generally plays video games, you know.
Yeah,
so atheism especially is just a rampant forum, you know.
The thing is, I don't know if it is the... I think it's the perceived people that typically play video games. I think there's a lot more people that play video games that have faith. It's just they're not the most outspoken ones.
I suppose.
No, of course. I mean, like, because the stereotype of people who are religious is that, you know, the whole video game.
Oh yeah, they think it's evil, you know, or whatever.
So.
Yeah. I'm just saying. I think there's a lot more people that play video games. It's just typically they're more soft-spoken because online you typically don't see that. So.
Or they're playing the games that are not marketed towards, you know, the audience. You know, generally would be, you know,
that is true.
So.
I think most people don't like the label of gamer, I guess, in a way. They don't go around saying, yeah, I'm one of those.
Yeah.
It just kind of it's just one of those things you just kind of do. You just like how you just read a book. You don't go around saying, "Yeah, I read books."
I say I go around reading books. I don't know anybody. I mean, I get other people don't, but I definitely do.
You could be the trendsetter. You could start the start the trend.
I'm the guy that reads books.
I read books too. The problem is they're almost uniformly. So
Let's talk about what's wrong with our book reader.
You cut out for a second, Templar. They're almost all uniformly law books, I would assume.
yes, that's correct.
Okay.
So
That's what I figured you were going with that, but it's like I couldn't hear you. It was like you mostly got through it, and then the problem is I mostly read what? What is it? But yeah, I actually I like this level. I think I would probably say this is the hardest level in the game, to be honest, just because of how the sheer amount of pits there are. So. Then for that part, you do actually have to go up the ladder and then back down the ladder. That way you can have enough velocity falling down to actually make it inside of there.
oh, without the cheat item.
No, I mean, yeah. Speaking of cheat item, by the way, you don't get to see part of the level. Because I decided I don't really want to deal with it. At least I'm pretty sure. We'll see if I actually do it. Oh no, I actually do it. Okay, never mind. Pardon me. I was gonna say, I thought I was just going to jump up there and be like, I don't really care.
I think I had been meaning to ask, but when did we turn into a fish?
Last episode. That is part of the Shovel Knight amiibo. You can get a couple different looks for Shovel Knight now, so Fish Head is one of them. Basically, just kind of as a thank you for basically just unlocks a bunch of different things with the amiibo. That way, you have a reason to get the amiibo. Although there is a second reason to get the amiibo, you can also do 2-player if you have the amiibo. So I suppose there's 2 reasons to get the amiibo. Although 2-player is coming to all consoles now, so.
Was
So
not knowledgeable too much on amiibos, but was Shovel Knight one of the ones where you couldn't find it anywhere?
I still see it in stores, so I'm not sure. I think
there were some ones that were common, and there were other ones where anytime they came to a store, they were gone, or they weren't in stores.
And I think the amiibo shortage has mostly ended now. Don't quote me on that.
Yeah, it's my only amiibo is the Wolf Link amiibo.
Yeah, I have that.
I was just like, that's totally worth the extra money to have a nice, awesome figurine of, well, Midna. I don't care about Wolf Link. It's really all about Midna.
I've shown Templar my... Oh, man.
Oh, come on.
I've shown Templar my amiibo collection, and I have too many amiibos. That's all I can say about that. Back before I started, learning more about my religion and God, I was pretty darn materialistic. What
was about the amiibos that held an interest for you?
I like the characters. That's about it. It's nice. It's nice little figures.
If I honestly have more money, I would probably have more figures myself, but I'll settle for just the one.
I need to focus on figures that I actually 100% not want. Not, oh hey, this is really neat. Because at the moment, this is going to make me really upset with myself. I have $1,000 worth of amiibos, so yeah. That got awkward fast.
I think someone's probably marking you for a robbery right now.
Hopefully not.
So they go to their fence. So like, what do you got today? Like, I got $1,000 worth of amiibos. How are we gonna get rid of these?
Yeah. Yeah, I would probably. I honestly am disgusted that I just said that. The only way I'm a little bit less disgusted is I have the Best Buy Gamers Club, and that does give me 20% off each amiibo that I bought at Best Buy. So it wasn't as expensive.
Sort of like their Steam library. You get it fairly cheap, but it ends up being worth more. But you didn't pay full retail for almost all of it.
Gamers Club Unlocked for me was terrible because I bought it at the original $120 price.
Yeah,
I ended up making the money back over the course of the 2 years that I had the subscription, but I realized that I was just buying so many games because
the original price for that was garbage. Thankfully, they've reduced it down to $30 now.
Because they're getting desperate. Frankly, they're getting desperate. I thought it was worth it in the end, but now it's almost like a complete steal.
Yeah,
now.
I
It's
was
a
gonna say,
complete
if
steal.
you don't have Best Buy Gamers Club, honestly, then why? If
I do it
you're
as a preventative measure. I do it as a preventative measure because otherwise I'm tempted to spend money on games.
That is a good point.
Yeah, and
that is a good point.
I'm not a console gamer, so Best Buy just kind of like...
That is what it's about. I was gonna say that is what I was about to point out too. Unless you're a PC gamer, then just stick with Steam.
Oh yeah, you just literally go to like your local convenience store and get a card, and then you're good.
Yep.
Or just use your PayPal.
That's what happens whenever I have a Best Buy gift card.
Yeah,
I get Steam gift cards.
If you're a console gamer, though, it really is nice, especially if you have to save money. So.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm probably going to get the Nintendo Switch, and then get 2 games for a total and forget I even have it.
Well, there's already so many games I see that I want, but I was gonna say, do we want to go back to Switch discussion?
So many games.
There actually is. There's 10 that I
How
see
many?
at the moment.
6?
There's 10 at the moment.
1-2 Switch.
I know, I was kidding.
I know. There is 10 that I'm interested in. As I said,
No, it's
we did determine that's not the full
even if
lineup.
I only get those 10 games, it's like, even if it was just Splatoon and Zelda, it'd be so totally worth.
$300 for 2 games.
Yeah.
And that's not counting the fact that you would have to pay in order to get the online, which is a voice app, and the controllers. You know, so if you want the Pro Controller...
Okay, if you want the Pro Controller. I was going to say that...
It's welcome to the reality of gaming on a console.
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't have to be. My question is what gives them that right to charge that much, you know, that's... So...
I think it's because it's new technology for the controllers.
My thing about Nintendo is a console producer, and Microsoft and Sony are producers of really shitty computers.
Yeah. I mean, it's sad, but kind of true.
Sony does not really produce computers all that much anymore. The core of their electronics business is now PlayStation, honestly.
That's what I was talking about.
That's their only profitable enterprise.
Are they Are they still losing $2 billion a year after?
Oh, they're not losing $2 billion a year. They're making money. They're back in the black, but the revenue growth has been driven by their movies, by their cell phone division, because they're the best in the world at making camera sensors, and also by PlayStation. So
for like 5 years.
You do realize by shitty computers, I meant the Xbox and the PlayStation.
Yeah, I do understand that. But the problem is that the issue is that when you're comparing it to what... Okay, do you have anything to say about this boss here?
Propeller Knight. I
want one of those hats.
That would be cool.
Somebody needs to get me that hat.
That would be cool
like the actual highly dangerous razor blades.
Yes. I was gonna say Propeller Knight is a jerk, but not with Shovel Knight. He's actually really easy with Shovel Knight. Once we get to the DLC, I'll go more into this boss, because I hate this boss with Plague Knight. But for right now, he's a boss. He's pretty neat. The ladies love him, apparently.
I can see why. I mean, who would not love a guy with a flying hat?
And a flying fortress. Don't forget that part.
No, it's the flying hat's definitely a bigger deal here.
Like,
flying fortresses are a dime a dozen.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
But
speaking of flying
hat.
Speaking of flying fortresses, do you think they're going to bring Final Fantasy VII to the Switch?
I don't know.
So I was going to say, they're bringing Dragon Quest Heroes 1 and 2.
Like old, or like the remake that they're doing right now?
The remake.
No. No.
They're probably working...
I don't know, they're bringing Dragon Quest Heroes over, which that was for PS4. That was only PS4, wasn't it? I'm going to search it. Hold on.
The question is not regarding licensing. The question is whether or not the console can actually handle it.
Yeah, that's right. I
don't think Final Fantasy VII is going to be very graphic intensive.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the remake. Are you talking about the remake, or are you talking about the PS1 PC thing?
The remake. I don't think it's going to be very intensive.
Yeah.
Have you seen the footage?
I have. I don't think it's going to be
Square
very intensive.
is very much... They do a lot of stuff with Nintendo, historically.